This is Gerald Johan van Waas and the educational channel that is in support of the theory that you can also find in Sound in Form in 2 volumes together. There's also the theory in a separate volume, the development of the word, and there are also some studies related with the subject which you can find in the application of the word. And what you can see and we can find in this video is a further investigation how you can show how letters have an influence in our perception of how we form words and how words are formed and how the words themselves are actually related with formation processes. There's a reason behind it. It's because we follow certain rules in nature which have a tendency to make also certain forms, just like numbers are followed in automatically and get some certain forms with the basis of 1 center, 2 centers, 3 centers, and so on. The same thing can be found in letters as well. Only letters are related with orientation in space, but also in time. And the letter R is the letter which is actually taking all the processes together and give them an order in time so that they can continue to exist and keep on running like a motor, more or less. And I will show you some examples how this works. Most of them show also this formation, and that has a certain continuation, with some exception of the first word, which is not much more than an interconnection, not particularly in time, but more in the points of reference that are in the word. Now I'm referring to the word rat. Rat, maybe there's more behind it, but I'm not going to investigate it here. Here in this video it's about the sounds in form. But before I show you rat, I will show you cat again. It's the first word in my book. And there's an explanation there, and I will come back to it in a slightly different, from a slightly different angle. So the K, the A, and the T are also the first three letters in the system, which are orientations in space of diagonal, horizontal, vertical, and they are points of reference, not much more than that. Actually, it is more than that, because this is just the foundation, this is just the beginning. There you can find these proportions, let's say, of the K, the A, and the T. And the A, of course, tends to have a larger space. K tends to be somewhere at the edges, and T tends to be at the spaces in between, the orientations in between. If you make combinations of them randomly, as I do here, and I make the combinations, but I connect them in the dots as I should, and connect them randomly. And when I compare it to the word cat, which is the cat in English as well, but then with the C, it only works very well if you also deal with a few background ideas, like, okay, there has to be as much as opening up of a structure as possible. The 3 letters are a little bit like fractals in starting point. I described them in my book as such. I don't do them as fractals here, but the combinations, they work well if you have enough opening, if they open up a little bit, and then you have more or less forms that fit with the cat. I could go on and investigate which kind of proportions also fit well, that you can build up a certain form that also keep on fitting with the cat, just as a kind of reference to the reality, and then check it in reality. How does it work in reality? Does this work? And this could be an investigation. I didn't go do this, compare it with reality. I went into the fractal thing in my book. But in fact, you can have a very simple investigation and use our mind will use the most simple connections automatically. That's what it will do. So if it will use the combination of K, A and T, or even in the other way around, it will take the most easy reference points that connect and make them a certain structure with them. And that's why words really express what is in them. And here I have 4 variations of the K, the A and the T, how they should connect. So the A should connect at the border of the K. The T should connect in the center of the A. And then I have some variations, as you can see on top. If I make balance with them, put them from, go to them to the right and to the left, so I have a more balanced figure, and then combine them. I have here 4 variations. Let's use these 4 variations and put them together. I come to certain forms, and these 4 then should actually fit with a cat, and I think they have a tendency to do so, as you can see here. But I was not going to for the cat this time. I was going for the rat this time. And rat has the R, the connection points. Usually it should be connection points between all the elements that are present in the word. And I have at. At is actually not much more than finding a placement. Okay, so I will make a connection of placements. And again, I will use the balance. In at, I will have the balance. Add connections. Add more, double the connection points. Connect the connection points. Before you know it, you have a form that fits with the rat. Is that slightly coincidental? Probably not, because our mind connects the letters in the way how they should connect. That's why we choose these words, not deliberately, but undeliberately, simply because the back of our mind, as I showed you in the previous videos, we simply choose the letters as directions. We do that and we deal with them, and that's why the rat fits with the form of a rat. Let's go to the next word, the ram. Here, what is actually connecting here, so from R to A to M, the connecting is that it's going towards an extension. I can take one of the extensions out and pinpoint on it and say this is what it is about, but it is also about keeping that process going with R. So I will have to have not just the extension outwardly in one point, but I have to keep this connection running, and that's how ram, which is pretty much fitting with the Aries of the astrology, fits with it. It's connecting outwardly to extend here in 2 ways. So in 2 ways, and it's connected from within. So it's from the connecting, from the point of connecting, from the centering point of connecting. As you can see, more or less, you can sense more or less. I hope you sense what I'm saying in finding the extensions and making a connection as the R should do. And from ram to tram is also easily done. I mean, it's easily associated, just one letter extra. Here it starts from the T, from a placement. And this, if I make a rhythm in it, also going in, going out, it reminds me of how the tram looks like, and it uses electricity on top, which is connected to the grounding, and then goes forward as the A will go forward. It is an interconnection somewhere there. Is that the correct association? I don't know. But that's the most logical thing that I can take out of it. Just leave it as an investigation, not more than that. Because it's not very easy to find the process in the letters. How can I keep the process of these letter combinations running? It's actually how the tram is looking. It's connected to some point in between, which is electrically connected, which makes the tram moving. It fits, actually. It's how it works. It's how the process is keep on running. And okay, that's an association that you can make, and for the moment it fits. Is it the best fit? I don't know. It's just the first association. Rat, so I have here investigate as well. So I have the A, the R, and the D. D is the pressure towards a next step, a next move, move forward, push forward, things like that. And then I put it into a motoric process of what I do here. And then it is imaginable what the rat means. Rang or rank, it's the Dutch and the English word, is also a combination of letters. R connecting a space, a thing. Is a smaller point of axis into a larger point of axis, and then the K are breaking up into parts, let's say. So when I find the connection in rang, so the small into the large thing, it is a kind of rather stable matching, I would say, a match that is, as you expressed in the second drawing underneath. And rank is a little bit more radical as a word. It is choosing, also going in, going out. It is choosing what level you have. That the ranking is the level which is going up or going down. Rang is the same word in Dutch, but rang is also ringing a bell with another word. Rang is more like it's a fitting rank, right? Like the rank is due to change. The K has a more emphasis on change, on dependency on the rank as well. So I imagined the rang really as a process that is interconnected quite well and has a place at its right spot, while the rank, as I first expressed it, it is depending on going forward. It's different levels and so on. That's how you have to understand it, how you can understand it, and how you can express it with the letters in the right order, as you can see here. So you have the rang then as a kind of stable position, somewhere position, and the rank is more the position that is depending, is going up or going down. So I understand it. It's investigation. just leave it as it is, but I choose these as in this learning process how you can have to understand the R. Here you have the raap of from rapping. Rap means quickly, but it more or less not quickly as running fast and so on, but it's like don't take too long. Rap means it's as quick as you can. So in the and raap is vegetable. And here I've found some of the images on the internet. The raap is of course nowadays mostly associated with the rap music. It also has a rhythm. It has actually quite slow rhythm. It has not much musicality. It has only this rhythm-based, let's say musicality, mostly based upon rhythm. Raap actually is one of these vegetables which is completely dependent on the rhythms of nature in that way. I know it because I investigated this shield once. I came across this shield once, and it says that people from the land of Vanoise, but then in Belgium, not in France, were actually found actually a way to earn more money, because by having an extra season where they could, in between the normal season and winter, where they could produce this vegetable, they could have an extra income, and this made this region a bit more rich. So it gave them an extra income. Actually, that's what it did. That it's also in between the two seasons, and you could find the plant. I'm not sure how well this fit. I didn't investigate the content yet. R is a rhythm. That's what it is. So there is a rhythm fitting within the what is pressed out in the P. The A, the double A, could mean larger area in which it happens. So not just around, but slightly tendency of having this form. It's not 100% as it is, but it's there. It's slightly visible. So it is indeed not completely round. So in that way it fits more or less, but not in a very convincing way. But it is a first attempt to connect the R and show you how forms are formed. Mostly it is actually not about forms, it is more about interconnecting mostly time frames. So all of the letters that have the R is a process of not say consuming time, but of a process of giving letting it fit within a time frame so that it can make itself complete. That's more or less how you have to see it, how you can see it, and that's where the letters are used for it. It's a bit strange with the rat as an exception, that it only has more this interconnection between the points of reference, not much more than that. And I hope I'll find out if there is more behind it. I didn't have time for it to think about that twice, but we don't have to overthink things. Just see and tell what you discover and express what you can discover, and that's it. There are things always that you don't know, that you don't see immediately. It doesn't matter. You discover things. These things are interesting. Sometimes it's a small connection, but these connections are there, I'm sure, and we are connected with the deeper lying levels of sounds, of letters, how they interconnect and how they also interconnect in words. That is something that I'm sure of, that is exist. Can you always immediately grasp the full perspective of all of it? Perhaps not. And does it matter? No, it doesn't. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was Gerald Johan van Waas again. There's a website too where you can have a list of all the videos as well in several sections. And you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. I think you can. And then you can get more instructions and more demonstrations. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.